Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. You've guessed it, today we're talking about Amazon Flex. With Amazon Flex, this is one of the most highly requested videos, how to make the most amount of money. Top strategies to making over $45 an hour with Amazon Flex. Alright, let's jump right into it. As you can see, I'm looking at 4 o'clock right now. That's because this is not my primary job. I get out of my primary job around 3 o'clock, and so I just decided to, hey, let's browse and see what they have available at 4 o'clock. And as you can tell, there was about 5 offers that were available at 5 o'clock. Alright, the first mistake most people do is jump right on the first shift they see available, and they're not having any patience to wait at all. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that in just a second. But first, let's take a look at the shifts. On the screen, you see there are two 3-hour shifts. One is at $69, it starts at 5:30. The other one is $54, it starts at 6 p.m. You also see one 2-hour shift at 6 p.m. for $40 and one 2.5-hour shift at 6 p.m. for $61.50. Now, you're probably saying, hey, take the 2.5 hour. But no, I won't do that. I'll explain to you why in just a second. The reason I didn't accept any of these shifts is because there are a lot of them. So more than likely, they're going to need a lot of people to fill those time slots. Again, this is Amazon, so packages have to be delivered. So they're going to do whatever it takes to get those deliveries done. So that brings me to my first strategy, is to wait. It's like playing poker. You gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away. Hey, you get the picture. Alright, it's been about a minute, so let's go ahead and click refresh and see what happens. Try not to refresh the app though too often because you'll get a warning because it thinks that you're a bot, and so more than likely it might kick you out. So watch the number of times that you refresh and how often you refresh it. As you can see, it's been 1 minute later and you see a new shift. So the new shift is 5 to 8 for $82.50. However, you see the other original shifts, they actually went down in revenue. But don't worry, just keep being patient. It's gonna pay off, trust me. Alright, so it's been 1 more minute later, and as you can see, there is another new shift. This time it's 5:15 to 8:15, so that's a 3-hour shift, and it's $87. Again, trust me, keep waiting. Wait for it. Alright, now it's been 2 more minutes, but I actually got one for 3 hours, it's $91.50. They actually had a 2-hour shift starting at 5 for over $100, but I knew I wasn't going to get there at 5 o'clock.
Really? Check for signs that say no trespassing. If there is a sign that said no trespassing, I definitely will be leaving the package right here at the gate. Okay, so
So my shift was supposed to end at 8:30, but it's now 6:54 and I'm already done. So I think this was a pretty good shift and I ended up leaving and getting home by 7:15. So that was $91 for less than 2 hours. Alright, so it's the next day. Again, I get off work around 3 o'clock, so I decided to jump on to see if there's anything else available today because I didn't have anything else to do and I was not burnt out from my full-time job. So I did see there was a few shifts available and they were only $54, but I know for sure those prices are going to increase in just a few minutes. Okay, so it's been about 30 seconds later, and you'll see that the first shift that was available 5 to 8, that was originally $55.50, it's now gone up to $78. So again, just keep waiting for it. Okay, guys, I apologize because I had to log off to go do something for my primary job. So instead of being 30 seconds later, it's now about 30 minutes later. So I apologize about that. But you can see that the 5 to 8 o'clock shift actually went down to $54. But there's a 5:30 to 8:30 shift now, and it's $78. So again, you got to keep waiting for it. Okay, y'all, as you can see, it's been about 40 minutes since the last refresh that I showed you. That's because it hasn't been moving that much at all. But as you can see, the first shift, 5:30 to 8:30, actually went down to 64.50. But if you look at these other shifts, I can tell that something big's about to happen. So I would go ahead and start driving away to the hub right now. And that brings me back to my next tip for you. The reason I say wait in the parking lot is because Amazon actually tells you this tip themselves. It says how to get offers. Be near the pickup location during busy times to improve your chances of getting an offer. In addition to that, if you go to the Help Center, it'll tell you about something called an instant offer. Instant offers are basically given to you and you only, and it's based on how often you work and what times you normally work. But be careful with these instant offers because usually when they offer them to you, they're at the lowest prime rate possible, and you're not really getting the most out of your time. All right, so it's about 35 minutes later and it is 5:21. I am actually at the hub now, and you can see that 5:30 to 8:30 is now 118.50. 5:45 to 9:15, 117. There's a 2-hour shift that's $80, and a 2.5-hour shift that's also $80. While all of those are really good options, I kind of like to push the envelope just a little bit. So I decided to wait it out just one more minute, and I got a 2-hour shift for 107.50. And yes, I was happy with that shift. For all the naysayers that always want to know, yeah, you got a good amount of money for a small shift, but what does your route actually look like? Well, let me show you what it looks like. I did have one issue with my last package, and I had to call customer service or driver support. I spent about 5 to 8 minutes with them, so I finished the shift in less than 2 hours and I was home by 8:15. If you don't like to deliver packages but you prefer Whole Foods, I suggest checking every Friday evening, and they'll usually have a ton of Whole Food shifts available for you to choose from. This is what an early offer looks like. Depending on your stats, they'll offer you different types of shifts before they offer it to anyone else. But again, early offers are usually the lowest pay. Another tip is preferred scheduling. Used to be that preferred scheduling was available to everyone, but now you have to be at a level 2 in order to do preferred scheduling. You used to be able to go into the app, click on the calendar, and schedule whatever times you're going to be available, and they would offer you shifts based on those times that you preferred. But unfortunately, they gave away with that, and it's not there anymore. It's only a perk for those who have really good standings at a level 2 or higher. The last tip I have for you is to make yourself available. So this little dot you see here, the orange one where it says available now, toggle that off and back on again so that it can reignite you in the system again and make them know that you are available. All right, guys, that's it. If you have any other questions, feel free to message me and let me know. Make a comment below, give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe. And if you have any questions, put them below and I'll answer them in another video. Thanks, guys, and have a safe drive.